What is up, guys? Ruan Mei here. Today we're going to be zero cycling MoC 12 2.0 versus the Big Bad Meme. It's kind of really tricky because he has two phases. I'm using Sparkle, which is a complete godsend with Dan Heng IL simply because of the amount of skill points she provides. And besides that, I'm gonna show how good Tingyun can be. Yukong can be if you can get around all the caveats that exist in her build. So there's Ruan Mei skill, action forwarded by Sparkle. Let's go ahead and nuke this guy. The thing about Yukong is that the buffs, the crit damage and crit rate buffs she provides from her ultimate are actually astonishing, and I think that is particularly why she has all those caveats in her build and why she's so cumbersome to use, because otherwise she'd be too broken. As I'm gonna show how good her buffs really are. So we're at the first phase of the meme. Alright, let's go ahead and forward action for Dan Heng. Ruan Mei's ultimate. Let's go ahead and use Yukong's ultimate with that juicy crit damage crit rate boost, followed up by a 3 skill or 2 skill based attack because we don't have 3 skill points. Now we have ultimate. Boom. Bim bam boom. Almost. There it is. Now we have energy for all of our characters. See? Now I'm going to show you what a crit damage overload you can actually get with Sparkle, her skill, Dream Diver, her ultimate. And then there's a bunch of traces, red herring that boosts damage and whatnot, and then on top we add even more crit damage from Yukong. So now as you can see, Dan Heng is at 288.9% crit damage currently. We're going to use Sparkle's ultimate, get those skill points. Bim bam boom. 4 skill points just like that. Action forward, damage boost. And now we are at 385.9% crit damage, guys, and 10% crit rate from, I believe it's from the masks that he has from Sparkle's light cone. That is actually astonishing. Like, he just got like 100% crit damage willy-nilly. But now let's see what happens when we use Yukong's ultimate. Remember that she's a 4-star character, guys. Mine is E6, that doesn't really matter. 456.1% crit damage. That's a 70% crit damage, 29% crit rate, and 80% attack buff just from this 4-star character. That is actually insane. This is what I was talking about earlier. She's a bit hard to use, yeah. E6 she becomes really comfy. And honestly, guys, if you play the game long enough, I can tell you from years of experience, you will get her at C6 eventually. Bim bam boom, followed by Dan Heng's ultimate. And we don't even need to use, I mean, he could have literally done an entire enhanced stat, but we didn't even need that. Let's go ahead and take a look at our builds now. Alright guys, so here are the builds that I'm using. My Dan Heng, to be honest, is pretty cracked. He's pretty darn strong. He's using attack boost, of course, because when you have Sparkle or Bronya, it's a no-brainer to have attack boost, since you have action forwarding from those supports and you want to maximize the nuking potential of Dan Heng. He is using the 4-piece Wasteland of Mandry set, so really nice there. Rootland Arena, the 2 ornament set, 79% crit rate, which we just saw how easily it just goes. It just overshoots beyond 100%. Tons of crit damage. He is E6, although I would tell you that even if he was E2, as you saw how incredibly ahead I was in terms of damage, it wouldn't have mattered. I still would have zero cycled. Probably even if he was E0, but I mean, if you don't know already, Dan Heng IL Demolishes E2 is arguably the best Eidolon in the entire game. It's just absolutely busted, man. The moment you use an ultimate, you get a free turn. So there's the main hypercarry. Sparkle, however, is extremely F2P friendly, I would say. Well, F2P. I also didn't really wail on Dan Heng, if I'm being honest. I just saved up. I played from the start, saved up my wishes, you know. I'm that kind of a guy, so you can just hoard wishes for a long ass time, and then you can just go all in on a banner and whatnot. Anyway, Sparkle is E0. She has 155 speed, which should be faster. I feel that it should at least be 161. If you really want to zero cycle stuff and you're into that kind of stuff. Otherwise, I mean, 155 is perfectly fine, as you saw. The thing is, I also had Ruan Mei, so Ruan Mei's speed boosting auras helped me go above 160, so it wasn't that much of an issue. Traces are almost maxed, not maxed yet. He's using these 2-2 sets. Doesn't really matter, because the main thing that you should prioritize on Sparkle, and honestly most of the support is not the set bonuses but the stats. And for Sparkle, for example, your speed stat is by far the most important, and then you want to get as much crit damage as you can. Eidolons, she's E0. My Yukong is E6. I'm using the Battle Pass light cone on her. Although honestly, even if you go ahead and you use something like a Departure, it works perfectly well on her. Traces are pretty much maxed. Relics, 2-2 sets, 2-2 pieces. Once again, I want to maximize her speed, so a 2-piece set from the Messenger of Traversing Hyperspace is actually really nice because it gives you a speed boost. And she's sitting at 153 speed. Once again, not above 161, which makes a difference. But then I chucked in where's my Ruan Mei? Where are you? Yeah, there she is. Okay. So yeah, Ruan Mei is using a full hyperspace set. Although, guys, it wasn't the most optimal in this one because I'm using a slow Ruan Mei, and if you don't know, it's a good idea to do that, because if she's a slow Ruan Mei, you're just gonna need to use her skill once, and it basically you don't need to use it again throughout the battle, and the effect just stays in there simply because she just doesn't get a turn. So this is especially great for zero cycling, but using hyperspace with this isn't really optimal. In this particular scenario it worked because when you defeat the meme and he goes to a second phase, he basically fills up the energy gauges for your entire team, so you can use the ultimate once again. So there's that. So yeah, there you have it, guys. There are my builds, and that was a zero cycle for Dan Heng IL, showcasing how good Yukong can be if you can get around her caveats. And Sparkle, of course, is just busted for Dan Heng IL. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, because I will be making a lot more content in the future. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.